everybody, or possibly afternoon. I don't think it's the afternoon yet. I didn't even look at a clock. Welcome to the Loch Briar Knits knitting podcast. If you are a returning viewer, which welcome back if you are, then you will notice that the slight change in venue. This is my new office. So I've moved some of my knitting things, not completely yet, because I just kind of started doing it, up to the new office. And I have no artwork on the wall yet, but that's coming. Yeah, so I thought that this might be, especially in the afternoon, in about an hour's time, the sun's going to be coming through that window and I'm going to have great natural light. Right now it's kind of hitting the wall over there. So I think what I am going to do, once I find a comfortable way to sit, is that I am probably going to podcast from here, because usually when I podcast, I'm down in the basement, which the basement kind of houses my craft room, which is where I normally podcast, and also our TV room. So this way I can podcast at home, of course. But this way I can podcast while my husband's in the house, because he can go down and watch TV and he's not going to feel like he's making noise that's going to disrupt the podcast or whatever and feel like he has to get out of the house. So I thought this was a good way of doing it. But I definitely do need some artwork here. And I think the one I'm going to get in behind here will have some color to it. I don't know what yet. I have two that I have down in the craft room right now, which has the barns on it, and it's got like beautiful tones of red in it, which I think will look really nice. There. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, neither here nor there. Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the returning viewers, and welcome to any new viewers. Thank you so much for stopping by. I have 4 things to show you today. I have no finished objects, but let's start off with the Christmas knits. We have 3 of the items are Christmas knits. Actually, what am I wearing? I'm wearing my ranunculus today. Let me see if I can stand up and show you. I'm going to knit another one of these. This knit up so fast, but what I would like is one that's a little bit looser. I'm still trying to figure out how to style it. It's fine if I put it over like a long straight dress, but when I'm wearing it with shirts, sometimes I feel like, because it comes in a little tighter here, that it sort of cuts things off here and then they can kind of look a little wonky. I forget the name of the yarn that I knit this with, but it is on my project page, and I think it's on my project page. I think I've updated it. But I would like to knit one that is got a bit of a looser gauge to it. And this thing knit up so fast. It was insane. So I have this same yarn in a kind of soft blue and also a rose color. So I may, because I really like the yarn, and so I may do another one. And the next one I may do the sleeves down kind of 3/4 length, like to about there. I am doing my mom's Christmas present, which is this will show you, Super Simple Summer Sweater by Locatelli. And I had to stop because I was at the hem, and it's a split hem, which I completely forgot about for some reason. And I'm trying to remember if my blue one did I do a split hem? No, I did the split hem on my blue one. I didn't know if my mom would like the hem to be a split hem, or if she would prefer like a all the way around hem. So I kind of had to stop until I checked with her and found out. But here is where I'm at. I am at the point now. I suppose I could have started doing the sleeves, but I got onto another project and I'll show you that in a minute. This is knit out of the Bernat Softy yarn that she chose, and it's in the denim blues and the lemon yellow. And I just right here, I'm at halfway down the last stripe. So I did an extra stripe because my mom didn't want it cropped. She wanted it longer. So I did the extra stripe, and I'm just ready to do the split hem now. And she got back to me, I think the first of the week, and said that she wanted a split hem, but I only have like kind of a short amount of time in the evenings during the work week to knit, and I didn't want to get started on the split hem. It's just something I want to do kind of all in one shot. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna save this for the weekend. That's what I did. So yeah, so this is coming along. I should be able to finish this fairly quickly. Like it's knitting up fast. I find the sweater always knits up fast, and the hem I can do tomorrow. It's not gonna be today. I got too much going on today. And then I can start in on the sleeves. And again, the sleeves are going to be fairly quick to do. So that's where we are with this project. So I'm not worried about finishing this in time. I also have plenty of yarn left. My mom gave me the yarn that she wanted me to use. So I've got 2 more of these big balls. And I have actually 2 more, like 1 more of each of the colors in the bag that she sent over, which I'm not going to need, so I can give those back to her. And so that is coming along pretty quickly, and I am going to be happy to get that off the needles because that's going to be one Christmas present. The Christmas presents that I have left are my nephew's socks, which I'm going to do him 2 pairs. So this sock knit up so crazy fast, I can't believe it. Now I was a little worried about whether or not I was going to have enough yarn for one sock, because I bought 2 balls of yarn for each sock because I wanted to double the yarn. I'm knitting this out of Croy sock. Is that what it's called? Oh, I don't have the label in here, but they're self-patterned. So the first thing I had to do, because the balls in not the cake, however, they're skeined the way they skein them, didn't start in the same place. So I had to wind them into balls, and then I had to kind of decide, okay, here's where I'm gonna use this ball as the starting one. So then I had to find the same starting point on this one, which meant I had to kind of cut off like some yarn. And I was a little concerned that I wasn't going to have enough for his socks, and that I might have to kind of do the toe in like a solid color or something like that, which was fine, but I really kind of wanted to have enough, and as it turns out I do. So this is all ready now to start decreasing for the toe. I just want to do one final measurement before I get to it. I kind of used the Crazy Sock Lady DK sock as my pattern for this. I say kind of, only because I ended up doing I did a longer cuff than she calls for, which she says in the pattern, like, this is how she does it. If you want a different length, then just, keep going, keep on knitting. So I think her cuff probably would have ended around there, but I sort of did almost double the length. And I think for her sock, it would have probably meant I ended like around here, but I wanted a longer leg on it. So I kind of went down until I ran out of the sort of brownie color here, brownie gold. Then I did follow the oh my God, words, Kelly. I was writing this morning and apparently I used all my words up. I have none left. So I did the sock pattern, the heel flap pattern that she called for in hers. And then I just kept on knitting. So right now I am trying to think. I think I am right. I have a long stretch of red coming up from the looks of it. So I should be able to finish the toe and it'll be red kind of like the cuff is. And then I have to take the next 2 balls of yarn I have and match them up. So I make sure I'm starting in the same place that I did this one. But this sock knit up crazy fast. By the first day, after maybe an hour and a half, it took me about an hour and a half to get like the leg part done. And then it took me a couple hours the next day to get down to here. It was crazy fast. So I am not concerned about getting these socks done on time. But once I finish these ones, I have 1 more pair to do with him. And this is the first sock, so I still have the second sock to do. I still have 1 sock left and then 2 more socks in a different color. I'm not worried about getting these done because these are knitting up crazy fast, which also makes me feel a little better because I have to do a pair for his father who has like size, I don't know, 13 feet. It's crazy. It makes me feel a little more comfortable that I'll be able to get his done as well. But the other Christmas present is another pair of socks. I wanted to do a pair of socks for my husband because he had said he really likes the pair that I had done for him a few years ago. So I thought, okay, I'll do him another pair because I had some yarn picked out for him that I really thought he would enjoy. My husband is kind of tall and lean. If you've seen him in might have seen him in some of the vlog footage if I've managed to sneak him in because he hates being on camera. He's tall and lean. So I originally put 72 stitches on the needles, and then I was using a size 1.5 US, which is I think 2.5 millimeters or 2.25. You know what you could do, Kelly? You could put your glasses on. No, it would have been 2.5. And they were just knitting up. It just looked like it just looked too wide. And I thought if that stretches out a bit, because it is superwash yarn, that it might kind of be falling down his leg too much and it might be irritating. So I thought I'm going to go down to 64 stitches and then drop a needle size to the US 1, which is what I'm using right now. I think that's going to be much better. It'll cling to the leg a bit more so it's not, falling down. You can see this is the yarn. Ignore the dog hair. So it's this mesh of sort of smoky dark blue and greens. So it's called it's Evie Knits. It's called her Woodland color, I think. Woodlands, yes. So it's 75/25 superwash merino, and that's Evie Knits in her sock base. I love her yarn. She has beautiful yarn. She does a lot of self-striping that are just fantastic. I've got a stash of them downstairs, which hopefully I'll be able to get to knit for myself soon. So yeah, I had gotten about this far, and I was just like, oh, I just don't know. But I really didn't want to rip back, but I was just like, there's no point in going forward if I don't think it's going to fit him properly and then he's not going to wear it. Yeah, so I tore it all back and started over again. So I will probably only get one of these done by Christmas, which is fine. I will leave it with a little note. Love you, second one's coming. So, and both of these I'm keeping in my favorite little sock sacks by my local yarn store, The Loop. This one's got the little sheepies on it. This has got like the flowers. These are the perfect, I can sock bags because I can just shove them anywhere. I've been sticking them in my work backpack to take with me. Try to get it done when I'm on my lunch hours, which would work much better if I actually was not working through my lunch hours. That's gonna stop. All right, so the next and final project is also a gift, but it's for me. Does that count? I am knitting the classic sweater by Espastrico out of Mayak yarn, which is Tasmanian wool and yak blend. And this is by Good Vibrations in the blue fescue, which I think I'm butchering how you say that. So, which is like this icy, really pale icy blue color, and then like this kind of muted steel gray color, or blue. Knitted together is absolute perfection. So, I'd probably have my mom's sweater done by now, but I've been knitting this, and I'm about, I think I have about 2 inches left of the body before I start the hem. I think you go down about, suggest 9 inches. So they have the neck about this long, but I didn't want the neck to roll down on me, so I made it extra long, and it's just the twisted rib. And this is, I'm like 97% sure this was a free pattern by Espastrico. Most of their patterns are free. It's insane. So I'm just gonna fold that over. And this, I just love the color this is making. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit closer when the sun's starting to come around. So you can kind of see the beautiful marled effect that this is making. One thing I like about doing it up here where there's a lot more natural light than there is downstairs is that you really get a better, like a more accurate look of the color. So I am not doing the heel go knitting because I really did not want to have to try to juggle for like four, I don't want to juggle 4 balls, which sounds far more salacious than I mean. I was trying to figure out a way around, like maybe not saying juggling 4 balls, but now I've said it twice now, so whatever. If I've offended anybody, I apologize. Anyway, I did not do the helical knitting. I don't think it's really making that much of a difference. I think the marling kind of helps keep it from looking like it's really pulling anywhere. Yeah, so I love how it's looking like. I love how that looks. I am very excited, especially now. It was -2 when I got back from the coffee shop, and that was at about maybe 10 o'clock. It's a little chilly, and this is going to be such an incredibly cozy sweater. This yarn is so crazy soft. Like you've got the mohair. Did I say mohair? I keep calling it Angora when I'm talking about it sometimes. So if I did, I meant mohair. This yak yarn is so insanely soft. Like it's so, oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So when you blend those two together, I may be living in the sweater. You may see me in nothing else but this sweater all winter long. I do want to make another one already. I love it. I absolutely love it. I cannot recommend this pattern highly enough. It is so crazy simple. Yeah, I love it. This is what, so you can kind of see here where they've just done the neck. Without folding it over, they've just done a longer neck. But I find I have a tendency, I don't know if it's because, do I have a short neck? I don't know. Maybe I have a stumpy neck. Is that a thing? But like with my my childhood sweater, it rolls and it really kind of irritates me. I'm kind of tempted to take it and fold it down underneath and kind of just have like almost like a crew neck collar, because it just keeps rolling and I do find it really irritating because I'm constantly like going like this. I didn't want that to happen with this one, so I ended up just making it longer, and I'll just fold it down and have the double turtleneck, which will make it extra cozy. So that is everything. And I'm trying to see what I brought up here. I'm still, what was that? I'm still kind of getting things set up. I just did that this morning. I was like, oh, I need something for the background, and I'm trying to decide which yarn I'm going to bring up here and which I'm going to keep downstairs in my craft room. But I think what I might do is the stuff I think I'm going to be using sooner rather than later, like with projects that I've got in mind that are kind of in my queue that I'm ready to go. I'm going to bring that yarn up here because this is, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can. I'm sitting on the end of it. This is my chaise lounge, so it's really comfy. Like I can literally sit here and knit all day. It's lovely. And the natural light in here in the afternoon is so amazing. I think I am going to kind of move those up and do it that way. Yeah. So we still have a few little things left to do in this room, obviously. We do have to get the desk chair. And I've got to, where we put in the new window, I just have to kind of clean up the painting around that and then paint the trim going around the window because it's primed, but it's not painted. And then we have to get some pictures, and then I got to finish filling this out. I also have this, which is one, I think I got this from IKEA. So I'll fill that up with yarn, or I may put my project bags in there. And then I have, I'll show you. I have this that I got at Winners, which will go good with the gray in the room. And like, I get that the chaise doesn't actually match, but it's so crazy comfortable. I did debate whether I wanted to bring my chair up from the from the craft room downstairs, but I do want a chair in there because I'm still going to be doing stuff down there. And this is actually more comfortable if I want to like sit for any length of time. This is the piece of furniture you want. But it does have, the pillow has like gray and red in it. And I am going to bring some red elements into this room. So I think, so I'm okay, it doesn't match, whatever. But yeah, so this will go with the gray stuff. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it yet. I'll put it right there for now. I don't know what that was. Yeah, so that's everything that's going on with this room. I do have, like I have these little stars, and I think I'm going to hang those somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, but it's sort of like, kind of, I've had these forever. And I used to have them down in the, just leaning on the windowsill on the craft room downstairs, but you couldn't really see them. So I think I will bring them up here and then maybe tuck them in a little somewhere. I don't know where. Anyway, so that's kind of our ongoing project for now. We're almost done though, which I am very happy about. And then what else is going on? I think we're going to go to dinner tonight. We're going to go to, I think, Moxie's for dinner tonight. Christmas shopping is almost done. I like to have all of my Christmas shopping done by the end of November at the latest. Like at the latest. Because I don't want to have to be panicking. And then it leaves me time to kind of concentrate on the makes, because those are probably not going to be done by the end of November. And that's just out of the way, and it's done. So let's see what else. Oh, we started watching American Rust with Jeff Daniels. I think it's on Showtime. We're watching it through Crave. It is so good, like crazy good. It is so good. And it's based on a book, and I'm like watching it going, man, that would have been a really good book. I almost wish I'd read the book first, because I was like reading books first. And I know if I watch something, I won't go back and read the book, because I'm okay reading the book and then watching it, but I don't like watching it and then reading the book. Because it just kind of ruins I don't know, it ruins the book for me in a way. I don't know. Is that weird? Anybody else like that? So we've been watching that. It was really good. Else am I reading? I'm reading Alice Hoffman, Magic Lesson. It's sort of I guess it's like a prequel to Practical Magic, kind of where the family began and the kind of curse that sort of follows the family through the other books. And then her newest book, which I think follows after Practical Magic, I think was just released. So I asked my husband to get me that for Christmas. I love Alice Hoffman's writing. If you've never read Alice Hoffman, I highly recommend. She has such a way of writing that it's, I don't know, it's almost lulls you like right into the story. I love it. I love it. I have her Dove Keepers on my to be read pile as well. So that's probably gonna, I was like looking through trying to give my husband some ideas of what to get me for Christmas. I came across another author whose name I'm completely forgetting, so I'll try to remember to put it down here. But it's this whole other series, and there's like The Winter Witch. That's the only one I can't remember right now. But they sounded really interesting. I kind of love books that have a magical element to it. Not necessarily fantasy, although I do like, there's a whole like different lines of fantasy books that I really like. Like I like, see, this is the good thing about being here. My books are just in the next room. So by Catherine Arden, her Bear and the Nightingale series. So I've read these two, which are the first two. And then I lent them to my sister. And then actually this one, I think I bought this one. And then my sister bought this one. And we switched them. We were sharing them. But these are really good. I highly recommend those. And I love Anne Bishop. So I love her Blood series. And yeah, so anyways, I did pick out I can't remember the name of the author, but I will try to remember. But I was found one book of hers and I was reading the description going, oh, that sounds really good. I wonder what else she has. And then I find out that it's like a 5-book series or something. So I just put them all on the list for my husband. So that's really about all that's going on. It's not too much. The leaves are almost completely off. I'm looking at a lot of bare branches and gold leaves are what's pretty much left. We had some really windy weather and that kind of like knocked a lot of the leaves off, but it's still extremely pretty out there right now. It's very sunny today, very sunny and kind of cold, which I love. This is like, to me, the best weather. I like to be able to wear kind of like sort of like a fall jacket, but also need a shawl maybe or a scarf around my neck, and I can wear my sweaters. It's sweater weather. It's sweater weather. So anyway, that is it. I think that's everything. One thing I will say, as I was moving stuff up, I moved, if you can see, nope, this way, Kelly, there, nope, yep, there. My aim is not so good. That's got all my line of magazines. It's got my, a couple of other ones that I have flag stuff in that I want to make out of, but I find it's getting shoved down. It was like in a spot in the room downstairs where it was sort of hidden behind other stuff. So I really wasn't pulling it out, and they've got gorgeous patterns in them. And then, so I think in the new year, I may kind of start trying to knit from some of the books I have as well. So that's it. I think that's everything. Also, my phone is not completely charged up, so if I talk much longer, we're probably going to get cut off. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend and get lots of knitting done. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. Bye.